ईश्वरं सुता श्रीमन् पूर्वा सन्ध्या प्रवर्तते उत्तिष्ठ सत्यसाईश कर्तव्यं देवामानिकम्.
Can you center yourself in the middle of all the chaos? And we have to be really careful here that we don't overattach to our need for peace, our desire for stability and comfort, right? And all these things that we want to have. If you're attached to all that, it's going to be even more painful, right? Because the attachment itself is going to force it to keep coming, the chaos to keep coming to you. So if you're in resistance to chaos, or equally attached to the opposite, because they're both the same exact thing, right? Then it will be more challenging. So if you go into this understanding that, look at Kellyanne glitching, look at her. She's like, there's a glitch in the matrix. As I'm speaking, that's actually quite funny. She's glitching as I'm speaking and giving you a very profound truth that you really need to hold on to. You've got to be able to stay centered in the middle of whatever, like whatever, and not allow the stories, right, to run away with you, and for you to take the consciousness that is your gift and like hand it over to a program and say, here, go ahead and run with it. Right? And we're moving into a time where that's going to be very, very challenged. And that's why I'm bringing it forward now. I'm trying to I want to give you a solid heads up. You got a month to really think about this and work on whatever it is for you. You know, if it's saying the protection, great. If it's, just taking 2 minutes to just, do some deep breathing, like whatever it is, go outside, get your feet in the dirt, like whatever it is, find it. If it's like one particular song that, God, every time I hear that song, stick it on your phone and have it handy. So no matter what you're doing and what goes on, you could just sit and take those few minutes and be like, okay, now we move forward. Because we will be required, right, as world servers. I'm saying this from this place. I'm not saying this from the individual seeker level, although it's true there too, but as an actual world server, right? If we want to be effective, we have to stay centered. Right? You got to be the light before you can work the light. And you can't be the light if you're reactive, because that's not the light. So I was looking back through some really old stuff recently, and I saw one of my old quotes from a long time ago. I was like, God, that's a good one. So I sent it to Pachanda and I said, like, hey, let's turn this into a quote image. And she turned it into a little video, which is cool as anything. But the concept of the quote, I can't remember exactly how I worded it, but it's basically that light, right? Capital L, light has no shadow, right? The only shadow that's ever created is because there's something in resistance to the light. So I want you to picture that. Picture a flashlight, right? And you shine that beam of light. The beam of light in and of itself cannot cast a shadow. The only thing that casts a shadow is the thing that's in resistance to the light, because the light hits it and it gets blocked, and then that casts a shadow. And so take that and apply it to you as seeker, right? To you as the eternal, temporarily locked into a false identification with a separate self, where that separate self is the resistance. all the stories. The world itself is part of it. Don't forget, right? The emotions are all part of it. The physical world itself is part of it. At the mental level, it's part of it. And in order to be the light, to shine freely, all that resistance has to fall away, right? It just falls away. So now's the time to really be looking, where is there still resistance?